Hey there, folks. It's 9:40. Come on. So much stupid stuff in the way. Anyway, it's 9:41 a.m. Wednesday, February 28th, 2018. Let me zoom this in so you can see the time. These latest videos, there's a lot going on that will come out later. I want you to have the right time. All right, there you go. That should work. Get my big fat head out of there. I'm trying to hurry up and do this video. They're about to start cutting the concrete up outside of the house. I'm replacing all the plumbing coming into the house. It's made in 1982. It's a mess. But anyway, so if you hear some loud noise, it's concrete getting cut. I've been talking lately about stuff going on with my son Bravel. I have a lot of children. I only have one walking around here in the continental U.S. That's my son Matt out in California. But I have other children. Anyway, Bravel is out of. He's on a station. It's an underwater, military base barely in the South Pacific. I've been away for a few days trying to just about got the book finished. But there's some other stuff I had to talk about. I talked about him taking off with some of his buddies to do some weapons training and to learn about weapons. He's like the quartermaster or something for these, for the armory. He's basically, he has like a master sergeant type thing over him, but he's in charge. He's a head dude for the responsibilities for the armory where they hold all the weapons, and they've had some very high-tech weapons. We have some ships, battleships and other ships, call them submarines, but they're not. They're vehicles for underwater work that are incredible. You're gonna see them very soon. Anywhere from this year, late this year, to more likely 2020, you're going to start seeing some of these vehicles. Anyway, there'll be pictures taken. It'll be open. Speaking about open, there's a big flyby that's about to happen. That's what I want to tell you about. When my son and the others take off to go to the space station, where they're going to learn about the new weapons. The weapons that the Drachk have, they're not the newest Drachk weapons, but even to the other ET races, these are new weapons. Okay, they don't have anything like this. That's what we're being given by the Drachk. There's going to be a ship. There's a ship that in English, American, whatever, we would call it a Marauder. It's a ship that's more, it's not circular, but it's more of that elongated circular thing. Come on, Hart, hang in there. And what it is when they go to take off from their base, it's barely in the South Pacific. When they go from there to take off, to go to this space station, they're gonna be in small ships with the one Marauder hanging back, and they're literally going to be right above the water. They're going to show themselves. This happens tomorrow morning by 4:30. That's why this video has to get up now. They're going to be right above the water, coming up the Pacific coast. They're going to be near California, where the mountains are. Go down to the water. They're going to come up right around that area, and then they come up like they start. This is hard to explain. If this is the south and this is the north, okay, they start in the South Pacific, and they come up out of the water. They come up. Say out of the water. There's one ship they're using to go up to another ship. Then they're loading up. Then they're coming down, and they go right above the water, and then right above the water, and they're going to get near the California coast. And they go like this, and then all of a sudden, poof, they're going to go like, well, it's more like this, and take off. Okay. Now, what there's going to be, give me just a second. All the fast talking and moving my left arm. It's a little stressful. Anyway, they come up. They're flying right above the water. Then as soon as they get near the coast, whatever. I can't tell you if it's 250 to 35 miles away. I don't know. I can't tell you how they're going to do. That's up to them. But anyway, these little ships, scout ships, there's going to be 8 of them that come up and do this, and then poof, they just turn around and go up, you know, at about a 65, 70, 80 degree angle. Or no, see, wait a minute. 90, no, it's about 100 and whatever, 120 degree angle, whatever it is. There's going to be 8 ships going there, individual small ships. Okay, they're not round, individual ships coming up, and then as they go up towards the Marauder to take off, there's 4 more ships hanging around, and then when you get to the Marauder, there's 2 more ships, one on either side of it. That's standard procedure under any type of situation where there is or will be or there's a threat of any fighting. The 8 ships come in. It's as if they were going to make attack. They're not going to. They're just quiet, moving. And then all of a sudden, poof, they take off. There's 4 ships for support. These 8 ships make an attack. Normal situations, they would make an attack, and then they go to move away. The other 4 ships are there to cover them if anything's coming. And then when all of them get up to the ship, the other 2, one on each side, the other small ships up there, they cover their entry into the ship. So there's 3. There's the main attack fleet. They, of course, they can turn around and attack anything coming at them. They're always aware of what's coming at them, but it doesn't matter. There's another 4, and then there's 2. That's the basic plan of attack. It's always covering your 6, okay? Covering your back. And then from there, they're going to the space station. I was talking to my son. He was kind of curious, excited about, everything he's going to get into. They have to learn how these weapons operate, how they function, how they're built. They have to understand all that. So they actually build the weapons in that facility, that space station. It's not too close, but it's not far away either. Exact location, don't know. If I did, I wouldn't tell you. That's not important to me, and I don't care. I know it's not that far away. And my son now knows that I can talk to him no matter where he is. It doesn't matter. I want to talk to someone, I'm going to talk to him. Okay, that's going to be seen. That's going to be picked up. It'll be by 4:30 tomorrow morning. Now for the trying to see if I forgot something else relative to that. Those people that just want to get some ET information for something about to happen, that's the main gist of it. Now I got to talk about some other stuff. It's important to know about this stuff happening. It's real. It's changing our lives physically in a big way, but everything, I talk about everything. The other side, spirit, metaphysical abilities, our ET friends, I talk with them all the time. All the time. They just had me on a ship last night. It was a Drachk med ship, and I don't have a name for them. These beings, they might be as small as 10 foot, but usually they're 12, closer to 14 foot tall, and they're really thin, slender, what we would call lanky looking, really thin, slender, smooth skin. Fingers really thin, again, with the ends sticking out and very sensitive. The heads, they're very tall, thin. The heads are thin too. Not quite so. The bottom of the head isn't such a cut shape like some of the other great looking ETs. But anyway, they're incredibly good with neural work. Those of you that have watched me for a long time, I told you when, actually told you when it happened, when I got attacked, I mean shortly after, whatever, when I was attacked by the original first being male when he was around, and he went into my head. He said that before I went to sleep, he said that he was talking, he said in his head that he's going to fix my ability to see as I could, and I woke up the next morning, didn't know who I was, where I was, what was going on. And then I went in the bathroom with myself, and I knew I was me. I knew it was okay. I looked kind of weird to myself, and eventually got through that and continued to kill the two of them, the original first being male and female. But anyway, not trying to dwell on any of that. What I'm trying to say is that that damage that was done to my head, I've had everything in their spirit working on me, different planetary essences, Gaia, Gaira, some other folk, and couldn't really get it right. But you know, there's no way to do that with me still in the body. I would have to, this body would have to die and the whole brain be transmutated, you know, I mean, I'd have to be out of the body and then the brain would have to be transmutated. It's all silly, it's nonsense, there's no sense in doing that. So I just dealt with it. I'm strong enough to go around it. But at this point, getting ready to go, I started having even more problems with it, and it was but it had become an pretty much like an aneurysm, where it was damaged, and it was about to take me out a week or two before I should have, before I'm going to go. So last night they had me on a ship for a little over 4 hours, and I've talked about how they do surgery before. When they come visit us, they're on the ship. They have a huge emitter of energy, and it showers down on top of them and literally through your house and into you. When you hear about people having been pulled through the roof, how does that happen? They're made to be interdimensional, and then they go through the roof. They become interdimensional when they get up to the roof and go through it. Well, they take this field from the ship, put it down to you, and it's literally interdimensional. It puts everybody within the extent of that ray interdimensional, and you're inside this area. That's why sometimes I would turn around, and I've actually hit Serene with my arm right here. I went just back real quick, and she was near me, leaning over, just being friendly. But she was in one of those beams, and she was literally, so it actually hit her. I kind of like, whoa, sorry. I mean, I can see her. It's easy. They'll look invisible, but they'll still be there. You'll find out all about this stuff later. But in the surgery, they went into my brain and worked on it. It was interdimensional. There's no scars, there's no nothing, there won't be. I talked about this years ago when I was cranking up the gentleman who was in a body that was Plato. Plato's real, so was Socrates. Okay? He was one of my students. I love the guy, but he drove me fracking nuts. Again now. But anyway, that's when I cranked them up. I was putting energy in there. You could really feel it and everything. Great, wonderful. And I saw what I was doing. I saw something move around. I said, what the hell? It was an interdimensional sensor floating around his head, and it was to help him. But the people that put it there, I didn't want it in there when I'm doing the work. So I just, blew it out. And then they gave me a little bit of a problem with it. So then I pushed it out of his head and just kind of burned it up a little bit. Didn't destroy it. They got the idea. Leave it alone. Anyway, finished cranking them up, and then they had another one inside them reading the energy as I was doing it to try to learn. Those of you that are just coming in, let me show you what I'm talking about on the crank up. A quantitative electroencephalogram is a piece of medical equipment. It's high tech, and it's like a net that goes on your head that has a bunch of different wires coming off that measure the electromagnetic output of your brain, okay, of different areas of your brain, and then it records it through the computer. Can put it on a graph. Excuse me. Let me show you just a minute. Okay, as you can see, you look to the left, on the left-hand side of this, and you can see where It's written just me alone, and then on this one on the right says with J, Arae. Um, uh, the left side is where the equipment was put on them, and then it was just reading a normal reading, and then on the right hand side is after they finished the test, and they cleared the they just kind of cleared the computer imagery and everything, and just retested to make sure everything's fine, and then they went ahead and started reading this head. It got the same base level, so then the lady running the test asked me to go ahead and get in there. So then, and Martin Pera, really cool guy, that he's the gentleman that was wearing the equipment, and he went through a lot to do this. He paid for it for me. He was in Sweden, and I was right here in my chair, same location, right here in my house in Duluth, Georgia. So if you look at the top left, you can take a look at the readings on the brain and see how much different they are on the right. And then also there's data sheets, all these data sheets up here. If you take that information and you show it to someone who does these tests, they'll tell you that, hey, I don't know what's happening, but something's going on, and they'll be able to tell you that the changes in the data are relative to the colors you're seeing. Okay, I'm sure some kind of computer genius can fake this, but whatever, it's real. But sooner or later, life comes down to you making your own decisions. What I've been trying to do is get you to help you find, learn, and understand your abilities, and then help you make them stronger. There's no such thing as psychic. That's a joke. But everyone has metaphysical abilities, like a soldier's intuition when there's danger around, a mother's intuition, most important thing there is. And people say there's no such thing as metaphysical abilities or whatever. And then I look at them. I said, okay, what do you call a mother's intuition? And then they said, well, that's a mother's intuition. That's intuition. I said, that's the metaphysical abilities. Let's see you put it in a box. People don't understand, and I'm trying to get rid of the cloud of misrepresentation, misinformation, and everything else. Anyway, here's the information for you to look at later. Okay, folks. So anyway, see that's some of the stuff I've been doing. That's why I can do this stuff. There's no magic. There's no secret scientific box. There's nothing. It's a tired old fart in overalls. I'm not putting myself down. I know who I am. I'm no better than nothing else either, though. I don't care. We're all on a level playing field. We're all equal in creation's equality. We're all the same. We can do different things better than each other. We have different makeup, different characteristics. Anyway, so this thing with the armory and everything, that's us arming up to take care of ourselves. But we have the Drachk and the Antids and so many others over here to help us. A Drachk ship came here, I don't know how long ago, year and a half, year or something, I don't know. I put it on the video, it's on there somewhere. It might have been early last year, but a huge Drachk ship came here that was almost the size of the planet. It broke off into some pieces eventually after a few days, and the four largest pieces of it were hanging right around the Earth in its area. There's always large Drachk ships here. All the problematic Anunnaki that have been running the planet, they're gone. They're taken care of. Pretty much the last of them have been taken out, taken care of. There's still little pockets here and there, and they'll be found. The idea is not to disturb the normal life on the planet while you're doing it. And sometimes in the U.S. Want to pride ourselves on our surgical strikes. That's nothing. I mean, these folks, remember, the Drachk are over 2.857 quadrillion Earth years old. That's how ancient the race is. That's 2.857 plus 1,000 trillion. I'd like to say that makes me feel younger, but it doesn't. Anyway, Okay, that's the main part I want to get going. Those of you that I've been talking with for years, I had to download some of this information, not what I've told you so far, but some other information, and say now I couldn't remember all that stuff. What was done to me last night helps, but my head's really thick and I feel sore. You know, I just had surgery. Anyway, but anyway, that's the medical equipment, what I was talking about, where they can actually do brain surgery on you and never even put a scalpel to your skin. They do it interdimensionally. That's what I was trying to say with that other stuff and that sensor that was in the spirit that was in Plato's head. Anyway, in his brain, actually, it's interdimensional, so it moves around, records readings because it's sensitive enough, but it doesn't. You can't feel it. The technology that's out there, folks, is so much beyond anything you could ever imagine on Star Trek or something. Oh yeah, when I was talking about that last video I did about the target practice that my son and the others were doing before they took off. I mean, before preparing for taking off tomorrow morning. They call it throwing snowballs. Someone throws snowballs at the ship and then they shoot it. They do that too while cloaked. You can look at the video at different times. You saw something fire out of nowhere, but yet once you're awake, you can feel and see something there. It's just using your abilities. They're part of you. You use them all day, but you need to understand you have them, see them, feel them, talk with your spirit guides. Then you start finding different ways, and I've made it all for you. All the information to you, everything how it's been, it's in the books that I wrote for you. All these stones and stuff, you don't have to get them from us. Excuse me, but all the right products are put together on at thespiritualfoundation.com. Okay. Now, and people say commercials, talk commercials. I don't have commercials on my. I talk about products I built for you, and I'm telling you where they are. Some people will say they're making a commercial. Jay's doing commercials. He's selling his products. But if I didn't tell you about it, number one, I would be doing you no good. I made them so that you'd have them. You have to know about them. But if I didn't tell you, then there'd be the same people saying he just wants to keep it for himself. He made it, but he won't tell you about it. There's so many schmucks on the around everywhere. It's insane. Anyway, and I'm not perfect. I'm incorrect a lot, plenty of times. Not a lot, but it sure as hell happens. It's called. How are you going to learn if you don't, make decisions that you can take care of better later? So I try not to use the word wrong because that puts a feeling in you that's just really negative and it depresses people. I want you to stay uplifting and keep becoming more of yourselves. So a big part of why I'm here this last life. So anyway, so he was talking about calling them snowballs. Also, what was it on the 25th? What's today's the 28th? Sunday the 25th. I was talking with some Drachk on a ship. I have one hanging around with me right now. He's kind of like dedicated to talking with me. He's he's not in a trip chair unless he wants to be in one. He's easy. It's easy enough to talk with him, but he wanted to be with me talking about some events, and it's like this morning. They were trying to get me to calm down with the work I had done in my head. Anyway, what am I forgetting? Oh yeah, there was a doctor on this large. There's a ship in Arizona that's huge. It's like an huge Ilorian ship, huge. These things are small cities, bigger than small cities. And Bigger than Reno, Nevada. Easy. Easy. Anyway, there were some guys on there that were trying to. This happened with when I first met the Drachk ambassador. Somebody was relaxing, cleaning up, and all of a sudden I felt something hit my ear, and it's kind of hard. And they were trying to. This doctor that was scientist, whatever doctor scientist, was trying to pull some of my DNA, go subdimensional, pull some of my DNA out of my ear. I didn't know what was going on at first. This was many years ago, and I looked at it and I saw it and I said, son of a... So I hit him back with energy and got in his head. The ambassador apologized later, and I said, hey man, you need some help, let me know, I'll take care of it, but nobody steals that. That's insane. So anyway, one of the scientists did that, and you can see him looking like this. He was so cocky about himself. And Deanna, it was when it was happening, I was talking with Deanna about it. She said, I don't like that guy. He's an asshole. He's cocky an asshole. Excuse the French for the younger kids watching, or families. But anyway, I never said that about them. Deanna could just see it and feel it. So many of you out there that are so strong. So anyway, so I took care of him, and then I had another person do it. And this is important for the people that are very strong waking up. I want you to know what I felt, what was going on. I'm almost out of here. You all know that. Okay? I'm being perked up hard so I can make this video. This is a very important video. Why? I'm telling you the truth. You see it happen later after I talk about it. It'll get on the internet somewhere, and then what happens? Well, I knew what I was talking about. If I know what I'm talking about, when you read the books, you're going to learn about yourselves. It gives you a reason to access information I've left for you so you can become more of your real self. That's all. I've been bombarded before from other people, companies trying to get the advertising thing down there. Oh, they call up, you can hear all these different people talking in these little cubicles. I just said, man, leave me alone, hang up. And they call directly through with a YouTube association. Information they get if I'm part of YouTube, whatever. People wanting you to just talk about their products. I have no time for that. I'm here to give you information, not a commercial. Also, anyway, this is important for y'all, but it's just talking about pulling that stuff out. They started doing that again. I had two ships, okay, that were doing it and dealt with it. Then I had to do something else with those damn Draco. Scum of the earth, as far as the vast majority of them, not all of them, the vast majority, man, they're pathetic. They put out the, I don't know what you call it, the finder's fee. I don't know. They put out the big bucks for anybody that could get a piece of that my DNA and bring it to them, so they can take some of what the energy level behind what's in this body and add it to their collective or their spell, whatever. It's so stupid. Now, I realize that sounds arrogant. Those of you that have known me for a while, you know what I am, what I can do. Looking at the quantitative electroencephalogram, you can understand some of what I've done. That's only a part of it. The scientists have already been told, as soon as I'm dead here in just very short time, that go ahead and do the last step of the experiment and put the information out. Deanna will put that out with Siobhan and Raj. Raj is about to wake up hard. Siobhan and Raj are the Lily and Arae, parts of Lily and Arae out here on this planet and body that are both the fifth focal point release from the respective energy. Siobhan from Lily, Raj from Arae. And they're both very strong, powerful heart energy. Anyway, when I go to sleep, or when I relax and I have to be somewhat unconscious, like sleeping or something, what I am comes out. Not this J thing. What I am comes out, and does stuff. And for those of you that have been following this for a long time, where did I put it? Yesterday, it was just after 2:00 p.m. The older, understanding energy type Black Panther part of me literally took over the computer. Didn't start, he did, keeping me from doing something small I was doing. And then I stopped. Finally, I looked at him, and he said, "You have stuff to do. It's important right now." I could feel his energy saying, important. So then he said, they have to know. And I'm like, okay. And I said, all I knew is that I had to go ahead and go upstairs and lay down. Now, I'm not doing good. I get up early and I drop early too, but this is just after 2 p.m. So anyway, I was just starting to lay down, getting ready to go to sleep. I had 3 meetings to go to that were important, and a 4th other thing to do. But one of them, the first one, the most important one, was with the certain thing with the Drachk, with the Drachk assembly. And then after that, there was 2 more. The first one was with the Drachk assembly. The second one was Alliance. The third one was Alliance. And then the 4th one was with merchants. Anyway, I tell all of you that you're so much more than what you think you are in a body. Well, you are. Being in these bodies is like we're encased with a flexible form of lead with tar all over it, and we have to try to see through it. I've been doing my best for 10 years to try to explain that to you, show it, and prove it to you. I've put myself in harm's way. No whoopie-doo, Jay. It's just, I don't know what else to do. So, therefore, we do what we can, and we forget the rest. Let it go. I think that's what I was going to say. Well, I told the Drachk to go ahead, and I had to go meet the Drachk right away, and I told them to go ahead and do it. They came to me a long time ago and asked me, when do you want this to happen? And they asked me consciously, and I told them, hey, whenever you think, it's time, just do it. And he looked at me, this Drachk representative, the same one with me now, and he's like, okay, that's not really you talking. So that's why I came upstairs, laid down for a minute, and boom, next thing you know, I'm sure I was snoring. Just dead asleep, boom. And then that's when I come out and do what I need to do and go in. I am creation's janitor. I'm real big, real strong, but I'm just janitor. Here to make things happen. To bring the positive change all of us should have had from the beginning. So anyway, I told you about everything with the water, whether going to be right above the water. That's it. I didn't go to sleep till like 10:18 last night. There was so much stuff going on everywhere. Anyway, let me get off this stupid, well, it's not stupid computer. Shut down. Yeah, computers can be fun. It's hard for me to do much of anything else anymore. Anyway, This is something that'll happen. It'll get recorded. You'll find out. It's a lot of stuff. I've been using a tablet to show you the time and everything and date for a while, because later on that'll be important. And there's no whoopie-doo-jay. It's like, understand, I could get this information, so apparently I can do something that's not normal. I'm leaving you information that's not normal. But if you find out there's a little more to me than just words that I'm speaking, then you'll understand that these other words I wrote for you have value. It's the whole purpose of this. It's what I'm about. It's all I'm about. I don't matter, man. I am this thing. Nothing can kick my ass. Nothing can kill me. So it's like I don't have concerns like that. And I'm anxious to get out of this body with someone come up, I'm going to kill you. I said, where the hell you been? I was going to get dirtier. That's what I'd say. Where the heck you been? Stone energy is really good with everybody. This thing right here, call it Forest Dragon, Jasper. Oh, it's cold. You want to get max energy on the stone? Excuse me. Use your fingertips from both hands. Feel it, and the energy goes in here, goes in there, it goes right into your spirit core. I just like it. Stones in here because of cold. My head's always overheating because of what's going on. My body's falling apart everywhere. That's the field part of me. The part of me that's the field, source field. Tear me up. Those of you that have been watching, waiting, you understand, you know, you're strong enough now, you can see and feel me. I am about to go, and change does happen, and all of you are going to get stronger. Oh, I've said this before, but I want to say it again. You know, folks, I'm not doing consults anymore, okay? And Deanna's not. She's got her hands full. You know, Deanna and I really, really care about each other. She's got this business to run. She's helping take care of me. There's just no way to set time up for consults, plus getting all this stuff out. Like I said, she doesn't even have 20% of her inventory on the website yet. And as soon as I finally drop this body and take off, she'll take a little time to just relax, you know. When you care about people and you're close to each other and the body goes, even though you can see and understand what's happening like she can, it still has an effect on you, and you need time to calm down, take a few deep breaths, and let go of it. Y'all are so powerful, so cool. I love every one of you. You have no idea who you are. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because you're going to find out, and when you do, it's the coolest thing in the world. Psychic, no such thing. Metaphysical abilities, meta-abilities, yes. Everyone has them. So anyway, the third book, I think there's like at least 7 pages just in the different energy fields and all the stones that relate to them. That's not talking about the energy fields. Talking about all the energy fields in your body. I don't know how many pages there are. How they operate, what the brain does, what frequencies go from the brain down to the base to create an instantaneous response. The autonomic system, breathing and everything. Where does the controls for that come from? Who runs everything? What actually develops seeing vision through the pineal, through the scanner? Where does it come from? How does it develop? What frequencies are there? I tell you. There's never been anything like that third book that I'm almost done writing. And that is my, the final thing. The big shaboom for me to leave you for yourself. That's what it's about. Sure as hell ain't about me. Anyway, there's more stuff that'll come up. You'll see it. And like I said, the second I finish this book, I'm almost there. I'll try and finish it tomorrow. I can't do any more tonight. My head still, it hurts right now. It was interesting meeting a new, person from another race. There's over 4 trillion planets with massive civilizations built up just pertinent to that planet with bodies, of course, that came from that planet, from the materials in that planet. There are a little over 3.8 trillion different races, planetary races. Blah. That doesn't include the different races that might be on each planet, but a basic planetary race. Little over 3.8 trillion. They have different names in different places. We also got some black jade in. That's really cool. I wanted to see it and feel it before we bought too much, or before she bought too much, whatever. Nice how I include myself in on her business, huh? It's hard to do this stuff. The more you utilize your abilities, the stronger you get. People, there's new spirit on the other side that'll take care of you instead of beat you up as they please. We have new friends, the most powerful physical friends in all creation, the Drachk. And the Neantis and the rest of them, incredible people. Illyrian, there's so many. Arcobian, we love them too. We love everybody. I love everyone. You're going to really enjoy these people. They came here to help. No price tag. No bill to send you. Free. Huge machines bigger than cities. Large cities. What do they ask for? Yeah, well, don't shoot at them. You want a friend? What else could you possibly hope to get from a friend than that? And all this garbage on the internet, the ETs are coming, they're going to kill us, They're going to eat us, like the video I put out. The earth blows up in 2 days and we all get eaten by ETs and all kinds of, the earth's flat and stuff like that. Sometimes it might seem like I'm talking down at someone. Maybe even you might think I'm talking down at you when you're hearing one of my videos. I'm not. I just get tired of all the garbage on the internet. Internet's important though. It's a good source of information if you can just pick it out. Those of you that listen to me, you were sent here for a reason. It's to find out more for yourself. What's the reason? What am I about? You. You. All of you. People. Trees. Trees are people. Animals. I'm not saying you'll never find it anywhere else, but right now, the spiritualfoundation.com is your one-stop shop. This is my life's work. My last life, I wanted all of you to learn how to stand up by just standing together and saying no. And take your religious books, set them down, put them next to your bed, put them in your special place, but put the damn religious books down, stand up together as a people, feel the heart energy moving. Man, what I went through trying to save India, but that was the original first being, male and female, especially the female on that part. She runs lives. Anyway, I'm getting out of here, leave you all alone. Those of you that, if you're still listening and you like the ET stuff, these videos I'm going to show you. It's a little bit longer video, but it's got all this stuff in it. It's already there. This stuff is happening. Everyone says Photoshop. Well, remember when you can't Photoshop video? A picture, yes. I learned that a while ago. Now, of course, I've seen Superman fly on TV too. Take a look at this. There's not too much fake here. I have animal stones and as busy as hell, but you know what? Whatever. Take the time sometime and look at some of the stuff that's on there. Blow it up. Try and get a good look. Be surprised what you might find up there. Stones, animals, stuff. Anyway, but what you see on video, when you see someone taking a picture and it's through a phone, you know, you can tell by the picture on it. That's a phone. I mean, 9 times out of 10, that stuff is just real, whatever it is. I've seen other stuff where it's just a plain picture, and a giant ET octopus in the sky with legs coming to wrap around you. That's pathetic. I think it's sad people feel they need to do that. Whatever. Anyway, who cares? Folks, love you. Have fun, and it's happening this year. "2016 was the new 2012, the one that was taken away from abuse. And this year, 2018, it's already been happening, but this is where it's going to come in hard. You see it yourself, and what do you say when you see this stuff? You talk with your buddies. Think about it yourself. Relax. How do you feel about it when you see something? Talk with your friends about it. Not about who did what, about what you're looking at. See how you feel about it. Change isn't coming. Change has been here for a little bit, but hard change is strong change. Not hard like a hammer in the head. I mean strong change. It's now. So let me get out of here. Give me a little time to settle things down on the other side. Wait and watch. This is about y'all, everybody. Isn't it time? Love you, man. Take care. Have a good one.